Hi all, welcome to my new little blog again in the bespoke world. So now here we have before me an undercolour which I'm actually pad stitching by hand. This is the real pure bespoke way. Now there's this wool canvas here which is very thick canvas there, and on the other side is what we call wool melton. It's pure wool. So this is how the colour will sit. So that's the back there, and then that's going to sit here. That's going to sit there. It's the wrong way around there. That's going to sit here. That'll be inside the neck here. So that'll be, that you'll see the outside. Now this will be covered. So there's your neck there. That'll be how it's going to sit. It's going to finish. Now of course there'll be fabric covering this. So this is actually the interiors of an actual colour. Now we need to pad stitch this to create shape. So in the bespoke world, this is what we do. So this is your little roll line there where your collar stand is there. That folds over. And then this is my, what we call pad stitching. So I do this by hand. Sometimes we'll actually use a machine. I think a blind stitch machine to do it. Some are already made, which the pad stitching is like a machine. But in the real bespoke world, we have to do it by hand. Now you've got to roll this because that's how the colour will sit when it's finished. It sits like that. And that's how it finishes. And that's the finished product, of course, with the fabric covering it. So we need to create that shape. So we have to roll it and pad stitch it to create that shape. Now on the end where your collar will sit, I'm just going to get a little, I'm going to show you in a minute so you'll understand this a bit more. There's this section here which will be the end of the collar. Now you may see some jackets, the actual end of the collar goes up like they're called dog ears, it sticks up. We do not want that in the bespoke jackets. So we actually will roll it and we'll pad stitch it that way. So we roll it and pad stitch it, and that ensures, you can see, it's naturally has a tendency to go down. So when that colour actually sits, it will never ever go up. So that's one technique. This great Savile Taylor showed me this. It's brilliant. So now we have to pad stitch this side. This is the actual the collar where it sits over the neck. So we're going to pad stitch this. So I'm just going to just go through a few stitches with you. So now we have to roll this over here. So this end collar, that'll be rolled and that'll be stitched that way. So here, just going to start and get it in. So we'll start now. Now this is your crease line there. So that crease line is there. I'm just going to just bring that in. And we're just going to do little pad stitches. Maybe at 1/2 inch or something. And this is the same stitch we do for the lapels. Sorry, I've got my little mask on because I had a customer in just. You probably couldn't hear me properly. So here, this is the same stitch we use for the chest pad stitching, exactly the same stitch. So as I'm going down, there's these little diagonal stitches I do. And then we'll go back up and they'll meet halfway up. And this is what we call pad stitching. And as we're going down, we actually roll in the collar, just like you do on the lapel. It's the exact same method. So I'm trying to talk to you and do this at the same time. So there we go. I'm going to carry on with this now. But I'm just going to quickly show you the jacket that I'm finishing off. So I'll show you what I mean by the dog collar. Sorry, the dog ears. So there's two methods we do. procedures we have to do on a collar, bespoke collar. We have to roll it, pad stitch it, and then about 3 inches from the end, we have to go this way and roll it that way. So that ensures, remember, that, see how it's curling over? So that will never ever, because you may see some jackets and it curls up on the end, and that's the reason they haven't done this kind of stitch. And a lot of manufacturers or shop jackets they'll do, but I have seen some bespoke jackets and the dog ears are coming up and they haven't done this way. So you've got to ensure you've got to manipulate it, and afterwards during that crease line we have to draw it in, back stitch it, and draw that will be drawn in because that will sit closer to your neck, because you've got to have a close fit around the neck here. So I'm just going to get that jacket for. I'm going to just briefly explain this little while we curl that over. Right, here's a jacket. This is for myself. I've neglected this because I was supposed to finish it like a year ago, but it's just been on my dress form, my dummy, and you know, because I don't really wear suits too often, so I will finish this off for myself. But you can see this collar here. Can you see that? Now that's the fabric that's on top of this. Can you see? So inside is the same way. And that's the melton at the back, that wool melton. Now here, the jacket's going to finish like that. See, it's nice, it's close to the jacket front, that collar is. Now, and that's the reason why I do this. Can you see this on the edge? Because that represents this. This is that side, but this is this. So there is that, that'll be shaped. That's going to be shaped to the shape of the collar I want. So you put a bit of excess and you're like a sculptor, you know, then I'll draw that nice little collar shape and the angle I want. But you can see that's going to be pad stitched over, so it will never be able to come up, because if it does, you'll see some collars, they actually lift up like that, and that's why, because it hasn't been manipulated and shaped to actually just be on the front like that. And they call it dog ears because it sticks up like dog ears. And you'll see that on lapels as well. The lapels have got to be rolled nicely, and you'll see some lapels lifting up like that, and the collar is lifting up. No, should never ever lift up, and that's the reason why I do this. Can you see it's curling over, and I'll ensure that it will never ever stick up like dog's ears. So hopefully I'll see you soon when I complete my jacket, and I'm going to show you soon, because I've drafted the collar from the jacket itself, so I'm going to put a tutorial on this very shortly. So as you know, on that note, I will just say ciao for now, and I'll see you soon. Bye.